Welcome students. So in today's class we shall be starting with our new topic of ledger. So in the previous class we have discussed the other books of original entry, that is the journal and the cash book. Now this is the recording of transaction that is for the permanent basis. So what is a ledger? So first of all let us see the definition. A ledger is considered to be the book which contains a permanent record of all transactions of a business, but in a summarized and a classified form. So I am giving the emphasis on the summarized and the classified form. A ledger is also a collection of all the accounts that are debited or credited in the journal or the other specific journals. So it may be in the form of a bound register or cards or separate punched sheets. So ledger is basically divided into two sections and each occupies a page or two or even more, we can say. So separate sections are known as the accounts. The pages of ledgers are known as the folios. So here I am writing that the pages of ledgers are known as the folios and they are numbered also. So without numbering they will not be considered into that particular account. So it is easy to find any account in the ledger by going through the alphabetical index provided in the front page. So students, remember that always an index is provided on the front page of the ledger. So it helps into easily locating the various accounts in a ledger. So now let us see the format of a ledger. So this is a basic format of a ledger here you are seeing. So you can see that it is divided into two parts. A ledger account is generally divided into two sections by a central vertical line. All the debit entries are made on the left hand side and all the credit entries are made on the right hand side. So you can see here clearly that the debit side is on the left. On the top right corner, on the top left corner you are seeing here DR, and on the top right corner you are seeing here CR, credit entries. So the abbreviation DR and CR are clear to you now. The word to is written, here you can see the word to is written in the debit side entries, whereas for the credit side entries the word by is to be written. So the first column is of the date on which the transaction is recorded, it is mentioned every time there. Then comes the particulars, these are relating to the particular transaction and it gives the details of all the transactions that are happening in a particular account. Then is the JF, the page number of the journal or the book of original entry from where the posting is done, and then the concerned amount involved is written in the amounts column. So similarly on the credit side also the same entries are carried out. Now what is the importance of ledger? We come into notice that many times a question is asked in the examination regarding the importance of ledger. So what is the importance of ledger? So the management can know on a particular date the amount due for certain customers or the payments to be paid to the customers. So while we have to receive a payment or we have to give the payment, so they can be traced by going through the accounts in the ledger very easily. Then comes the various transactions pertaining to an account may be spread over in the journal in various pages. So it's spread over a time in various pages, but all the transactions are recorded on one page in a ledger. So it gives the synchronized details of a particular account. All the transactions relating to that particular account are mentioned. It also helps to prepare the profit and loss accounts and the balance sheet, and finally it helps in easy identification of accounts. So students, I would say that you must be clear here regarding the difference between the journal and ledger. So it's quite important to understand this. So we shall be creating a difference between the journal and ledger here. So what is a journal? A journal is considered to be as the book of original entry. So it's always considered to be as the book of original entry, whereas a ledger is known as a book of secondary entry. So it is always known as a book of secondary entry. So a journal is a book of chronological record, that is the transactions are recorded as and when they take place. So it is a, we can say, a chronological record. It's a chronological record of all the transactions, whereas the ledger, it is an analytical record of all the transactions. So it is an analytical record as all the transactions relating to a particular account are recorded in order of their occurrence. So it is basically an analysis of the account. Now in the journal, the third point we shall be highlighting as a difference, it is the unit of classification of data within the journal is the transaction. Now in this, the unit of classification, so it is a transaction, whereas in case of the ledger, the unit of classification is the account. So a ledger is an account based book, whereas a journal is a transaction based book. It is an account. Now let us elaborate it more. So generally from the ledger, generally from a journal, the transactions are posted to a ledger, whereas in case of a ledger, the entries are generally posted to the trial balance for preparation of financial statements. Then the process of recording the transactions in a journal is known as journalizing. It is a process of recording transactions in a journal. It is known as journalizing, whereas in case of the ledger, it is known as posting. The word posting is used for recording of transactions. So this is a process of recording transactions in a ledger known as postings. Then in journal there is one column for particulars and two columns for amount, whereas in ledger we can simply say that two equally divided sides. So generally the balancing is not done in case of a journal. The balancing is not done in case of a journal, whereas a ledger is always holding the balanced account. So accounts are always balanced. So this was the differences, the major differences in the journal and a ledger. Now let us see how the posting of ledger from a journal is done. So the first is how to post the entries from a journal to a ledger. Locate the account to be debited or credited as entered in the journal. From the index of the ledger, obviously we have to locate the particular account that is concerned. Now if the debit entry is there in case of a journal, it is written on the left side, and for the credit entry it is written on the right side, the amount to be credited. Then give the details in the particular column. The particular column include the various details of the transactions that are occurring, and ultimately it considers the major details regarding them. Then enter the page number of the journal in the folio column of JF. It helps to easily identify that particular transaction in the journal. Then enter the relevant amount in the amount column concerned. Now an account is opened only once in a ledger and all the entries related to that account are posted in it. So this is an important note, that an account is always opened once. So all the entries can be written in that, and it can include 2, 3, 5 and even many amount of pages. That's not a concern. Now if the difference of two sides of an account is there, it is known as balance. So it's simply known as a balance. Now what if the amount on debit side is more than that on the credit side? It is known as the debit balance, and it is always written on the credit side. You can see here it is being written on the credit side. So let us see an example of a cash account here. So to the capital account 50,000 is invested, it is debited. Then to the sales account, the amount paid through the cash is 9,500. So a total of 59,500 is on the debit side in the cash account. Now on the credit side, the payments that are credited, they are for accounts A, B and C are respectively 8,000, 3,000 and 7,000. So a total difference of 41,500 still remains on the credit side. So the debit side is more than that of the credit side. So we will have to write on the credit side by balance 41,500, and then ultimately the entries will be balanced. So 59,500 amount is on both the sides. So if the amount on, in the next scenario we can see, if the amount on credit side is more than that on the debit side, it is known as credit balance. So it is always written on debit side. So you can see an ABC account, we can see. So in the ABC account, by the cash it is debited for rupees 8,000 and credited by the machinery account by 20,000. So a total difference of 12,000 is more on the credit side. So in order to balance that, we will have to write this credit balance entry on to the debit side. Remember, on to the debit side. So to balance 12,000, and ultimately the entries are balanced on both the sides. It's that simple. Then comes the posting of ledger from a cash book. So how the posting from a cash book is done? The left side of the cash book is always showing the receipts made in cash or through a bank. So these are the debit entries in the cash book, and they are always credited. Remember, these debit entries are always credited in the ledger accounts, because either the payment is made in cash or through the check. The payment has already been made. Whereas the right side of the cash book refers to the payments made in cash or a bank. So this credit side entries in the cash book, they are always debited in the ledger as a cash or check has been paid in respect of them. So why they are entries, they are debited? Because a cash or check has been paid in lieu of them, whereas the entries which are credited because a cash or check has been received. So for this, the cash and check has been received. It's quite confusing, students, so remember them in their short forms only. Whereas the contra entries in case of a triple column cash book, they are usually ignored because the bank column itself serves the purpose of a bank account. So they are ignored. For the petty cash book, the total amount at the end of month is referred to as sundries, and they are mentioned in the debit side of the concerned accounts. And every time a journal folio is to be given, so that it can easily correlate to the entries of the totals. So students, this was all regarding a ledger, the difference in the journal and ledger. So we have completed what is a ledger, its format, the importance of ledger, then the difference between the journal and a ledger, then how the entries are posted from a journal to a ledger, the important notes, the debit and credit balances we have covered, and finally the posting of ledger from a cash book. So this was all regarding a ledger. I hope it is now clear to you all.